Yeah. Not today. What's behind these blue tarps on a regular day? A nifty outfit. Happens to be of beads and rocks and cabochons, various forms of jewelry. Just the usual kitsch of China. So I'm going to see if I can't get down alongside the river. It's an interesting gate here for some reason, and what would look like a temple, but I have no idea what it really is. And there, this looks like a pretty lane through here. See, this parallels the river and the lane, but is above the river level. Rather nice wall carvings, if you will. This is just endless shops of who knows what. I don't know what these buildings are, unless they're hotels. A lot of hotels. If they're apartments, they look like they're rather elegant. And then from the furnishings I can see from outside here. Different parts of this city seem rather pretty as the city goes. This riverside walkway is not as pretty or as comfortable, it's more modern looking. I think that must be the Jiaxiu Temple down there that we'll walk to. But pretty nevertheless. An apparently whimsical character, but perhaps it's the Chinese version of Thomas Edison, using the chain on this outcropping to test for electricity. Or maybe he's just fishing. Apparently this is the entry gate for an entry pavilion along this walkway. Notice it gets continually steeper, that walkway, until it gets to this Parisian river-like island on which is the temple and some other buildings ranging up. This is some water and maybe trash control mechanism. Apparently they can close, in other words, make vertical this slab that's tipped and the other slab that's tipped down at the end and create a higher level in the river. For what purpose, I'm not sure. Looking back along the pretty parkway with its little pavilions for folks to sit in and do whatever, and look up at some of the architecture up there. These are good looking civic light fixtures. There's two of them, one on either side. Pretty bridge. Somebody trying to add some whimsy to the day. Two people. There's another kite's taken flight in the last few minutes. And guess who that is? And I missed this one even higher up. See how he gets it airborne. And this is the kite flyer, the one that's way, way up there. Way up there. You can see it in the middle. I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. There it is. No, it isn't either. Way down there on the left, beyond that bridge, are those buildings with the very interesting devices, for lack of a better term, on top of them. kind of seen enough temples, but these are kind of pretty because of the brown, the white, and the gray mix along with the green. The only planet describes this as an erstwhile Ming monastery, whatever the use of erstwhile means in this instance. Actually calls it an abbey. So this is Cuiwei Garden. It's a good example how cities expand both as to residential units and commercial units, as well as people. They just add infill, illegal I'm sure, but infill construction. You can see the looks of that one right there, for example, just cattywampus when it was built probably, because it's just jury-rigged in there. I've entered another market that's underneath, covered in other words inside a building right near my hotel as I pursue the Guiyang Pavilion up the street somewhere. And I thought I'd take in this while I'm here. This apparently is a place for buying fish. I mean, this little area of the market, goldfish type thing, unless you eat those. I don't know. My guess is that this inner area is for those people who have a clue what they're buying. I'm not positive that's true. But it also, these shops to my right, reach out into the street. See how far down this goes. Apparently there's a parallel one to my left. Goldfish if you got a really big pond. Other things like rabbits, and maybe forget what those things are called. Turtles there. Mice? Yeah, I guess. Weird rabbits. Those look like chipmunks. I'll be damned, they are. And here are various kinds of containers for aquariums to put your fish in. And there's various kinds of tropical fish. Very large layout of that, huh? And all the foliage that can go inside too. How pretty that looks. All down through this part that I've been walking has been calligraphy of some sort or painting. Here we've got giant wood carvings of eagles and that sort of thing. But I thought when I saw this barber's pole I was at the end, but not so. Apparently the market continues all the way down through that hallway, which I'm not going to go, but then inside here is a food market. Not only for something you might want to eat, but some food you might want to take home, fruit, and so forth. So I'm going to go along this parallel one back, continue my route, go back to my hotel. You need to buy stuff for your home. You can spend an eternity wandering through these shops during the day looking for exactly the motif that you want and the piece that will match it. Probably meat or produce bins here that open up during the early morning. Okay, here we're back on our parallel route again. People are now settling down, having something to eat. Whether these shops go on or not for the rest of the day, I don't know. Here's various kinds of money. Probably some of the past historical money. Probably if you want something said that you can put on your wall, here's where somebody can do that. If you can get the instruments here. There's various antique things here. Every once in a while my lungs will take in something that's acrid smelling. It really choked me up and it just did. Kind of little birds. Nothing you can't buy. China's government's current economic goal is to get its population buying. In other words, consumer sales in China going. It's hard to imagine what it'd be like if you ratchet it up much more than it is. It fills every crevice, every building. The first floor seems jammed with it. So there's my hostel over there, which is really a hotel, which has dorms on the 12th floor, and that's the hostel. Thank you. The first thing I did this morning when I got here was to walk around clockwise that block and then continue down and walk up some stairs there to get up on that crossover bridge, which is why I know this is Kempinski or something like that hotel here, which I find a good landmark because it has those scalloped corners.